up everyone? My name is Andrew. If you don't know me, you should subscribe because like, why not? But anyway, today I am very excited to be filming this video. I have been saving up all of these books to film this giant book haul for a very long time, so do not think I just bought all of these in one day. Definitely not, but I've been waiting to haul all of these books and I've just been pushing it off for a long time. So now is finally the time for me to do my book haul. So I have a little over 20 books. So first I'm going to go ahead and show you guys all of my new releases that I've got, and then we will go on into some other little subcategories of books that I've gotten recently. Okay, so right now I have 4 like relatively new releases. So they've come out within like this past few months. So first off, I have Aurora Burning by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This one is a sequel to Aurora Burning, which you've probably heard about if you are, you know, not living under a rock and you watched book 2 before. But this one came out in May, I think, so pretty recent. I read it, I really liked it. I think I gave it like 4 stars or something like that. It was a pretty good book, and it was a pretty good sequel, just left on a big cliffhanger. But if you haven't checked out Aurora Rising, it's definitely not for everybody, but it's a pretty good, almost like middle grade series. It's not very adultish, but it was still pretty good. So then I got the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne, of course, which I think came out in May also. And this one I did a whole review on and everything like that, so you can check that out. But I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars as well, and I really liked it. And if you don't know, this is the prequel to the Hunger Games series. It's centered around President Snow, who was our former villain, and it is kind of his descent into evil, and it was pretty entertaining, pretty interesting, and I'd recommend checking it out. Next, I picked up the Red Scrolls of Magic. This is the first book in the Eldest Curses series. I have this in hardcover, and I actually have a signed hardcover copy because I met Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu when they released it like last year, but the paperback came out, so I thought, why not pick up the paperback? Let me just collect all of them because I am obsessed with Cassandra Clare. But low-key, I'm kind of like, why did I buy this? I didn't need to. Not responsible, Andrew. Not responsible with your money, but I'm happy. So the Red Scrolls of Magic takes place in between City of Glass and City of Fallen Angels, I believe, where Alec and Magnus are pretty much just like learning about their new relationship and learning how to be boyfriends with each other. It's pretty interesting, their dynamic between a Shadowhunter and a Warlock and all these things. So if you are a fan of the Shadowhunters and you haven't tried it out, I thought it was pretty good. It's just like a light, easy read, not like super like heavy. So yeah, finally the last one that is a new release is one that I was probably the most excited about, but it is A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne Brown. Okay, kind of a funny story. So I was on Twitter one day and I saw this lady opening a box of like a bunch of the same books, and I was like, what is this? So I click on the video and it turns out it was Roseanne Brown unboxing her author copies of her first book, because this is her debut. And she literally was about to cry, and she was just so happy, and I could see the emotion on her face when she opened her first view of her very first book, like actually published. It just made me feel like if this author has this much emotion seeing her first book, I could just imagine how much heart and like love and care that she put into this book, and like hard work that she put into it. And I was like, immediately when I saw that, I was like, I need to pre-order that. That is the kind of book I want to read when you know an author has put dedication into it. Like, that's just the best kind of books. And I've already started it. I'm on like chapter 4, and it's actually pretty good. Like, I'm excited. It's a very like intricate world that I haven't seen before. It's her own world and everything like that. Has its own magic system. And I believe this is going to be an enemies to lovers, or that's what I'm hoping. It's about this princess who has to like save her mother or something. So her mother got assassinated or something, and she has to kill a king, is the premise. And so she wants to take the champion from this like games that they have and make him her king because she will be the queen, and kill him. And then on the flip side of that, there is a boy whose name is Malik, and he has lost his little sister, and to get his little sister back, he has to kill the princess. And so I'm pretty sure their paths are going to collide, and they are going to want to kill each other, and maybe they will love each other in the process. I'm just very excited to get deeper into it, and I've just been so excited for this book. So definitely, as you can see, I have it bookmarked. Oh, I'm on chapter 3. Sorry, I lied. Thought it was on chapter 4. But I'm so excited. It's already pretty good. So definitely pick this one up. It's just, the cover also, like this cover is so pretty. I can't even. Like, there's a lot of details about this book that is just gorgeous, and I'm just so excited to finally have it. My copy came in kind of late, so sad face, but I have it now, and that's all that matters, and I'm so excited. So now I'm going to move on to books that I already own, but I've gotten newer copies of, or different versions of, or you'll see, whatever. Alright, so first off, I have the hardcover first edition kind of thing of Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. I do own all of the paperbacks that have the matching spines. That's the US version, in case anybody's wondering. I've gotten questions about that. The ones with the matching spines, I believe, are published by Bloomsbury. I will double check that, but I think, and they're US versions. But this one is the hardcover, and I want to collect all of the Shadowhunter books in hardcover as well. And since I work at a used bookstore, if you don't know, I get books for really cheap because they're already cheap because they're used, and then I can have a discount, trade credit, all this stuff. So I get them pretty cheap. So a lot of these are from the bookstore, so I don't really spend that much money on books because I get, you know, the deals. I go after the deals. Sometimes I buy them new, but this one I only paid like $3 for. So yeah, when I find them, when they come to the bookstore, I just pick them up so I can start collecting them. So there's Clockwork Prince. So next, I also bought the collector's edition of Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo and the collector's edition of Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. These are such gorgeous books. I will show you guys some of the illustrations inside them. But I bought these on Depop from this girl, and I actually got them both for $30, like, together. Like, that's so cheap because they would be about $40 to $45 with shipping if you bought them from book depositories. So I was so happy when she was selling them, and it just worked out so well. I've been wanting these. The back has like the quotes, and it's just so cute. And then it has the red sprayed edges and the red maps. Has like a note from Leigh Bardugo, which I cried when I read because I love reading author notes because it's just, I don't know, it just makes me emotional. And of course, this one has the illustrations like so of all of the crows. I'm getting emotional just showing you guys, but it has everybody. It does have this no mourners, no funerals. And then in Crooked Kingdom, there is some different artwork, which I think I might enjoy a little bit more. I don't know, they're both so cute, but this is what this one looks like. And like this. Just gonna show you guys real quick. There's Jesper and Wylan, and there's QA. But yes, I love the artwork in these. So the Zodiac artwork in the Crooked Kingdom copy is from Bonnie McAllister, who is also known as Monolime. And then the other character art is from Kevin Wada. So yes, the gorgeous copies. Okay, so next are just some books that I've gotten recently that I've been wanting to read that I got from the bookstore I work at, or that I bought at Barnes & Noble because I did take a Barnes & Noble trip a while back. But first, I'm so excited because I have the entire Shatter Me series in hardcover and then the 2 novellas in paperback, and I am very excited. I also already own Restore Me and Defy Me, so I have the entire set in hardcover now, and I can finally start Shatter Me because I have them all and I won't like have to stop and buy it and wait because I love to read series all the way through. But here they are, and I cannot believe I literally got Imagine Me, which just came out this year, like a month ago, maybe less. I literally got this book for like $4.75, like $4.75. Like, are you kidding me? I love working at a freaking bookstore. But yeah, I'm very excited about these. I love Tahida Mafi. I know Shatter Me has some like, some people love it, some people hate it. I'm excited to see what I think. I really don't know. Let me know if Shatter Me is a good series or not, because I'm kind of like scared I won't like it, and I bought them all for no reason. Okay, so I also bought Doll Bones by Holly Black. This is a very kind of beat up copy. As you can see, I do get used books, like I said, but I'm very excited because I've heard that Holly Black's earlier works are really good, even if they are like young reader. They're just creepy and good and fantastical and just like all around like well written, and I love Holly Black, so I'm excited to try out Doll Bones. I've heard nothing but good things. Also, I believe this one is like all about ghosts and stuff like that. It's like these middle schoolers, and then it deals with ghosts, so that's pretty cool. I don't read about ghosts too much, but I trust Holly Black to write about ghosts because she is just a good writer. So then I also picked up this random book, which is One Was Lost. I say random because it's by Natalie Richards. She's not somebody that I've ever heard about. She's not somebody that I think is like very well known. Tell me if I'm wrong. If you know her, I'm sorry. But this one is about this group of teenagers who go camping in the woods, as teenagers do in like a lot of movies and a lot of books. And it I think they like fall asleep and then they all wake up with different words written on their wrist. And so one of them has deceptive, one of them has the word damaged, one of them has the word dangerous, and then the person who was like the narrator of the book, the main character, they wake up and theirs says darling, and I'm just like, what is going on? They're like on a senior field trip. Like, why are they waking up with these words written on their wrist? Like, who was gonna kill them? Who's gonna die first? Also, I don't really like mysteries and thrillers, so we'll see if I enjoy it, because I'm trying to branch out. I'm trying to get into that genre. I'm just really never can hold my attention, but I'm gonna try. So next, I picked up Beautiful Disaster by Jamie Mcguire. If you have read this, please let me know. Here's the story. I read this book like in 7th grade, 6th grade, like so long ago, right? And I don't think a 6th grader should read this book. I think you should be like 17 or older, because I remember there being some like mature content. But at the age I was when I read it, I didn't know what was going on. Like, my brain literally did not know the words or what they were saying. And so now I'm looking back on it, I'm like, I probably enjoy it a lot more now because I know what these things are. And at the time, I did it, and I still really liked it. So this book is kind of like a trashy, like, random romance, right? So the girl is like the typical good girl, and then she falls in love with this bad boy who's like an underground street fighter, and they have like problems and issues, and it's just a romance, and I'm excited to read it again because I know I'm gonna enjoy it like 10 times more than I did when I was like 12. So I'm excited. I also picked up There Will Come a Darkness by Katie Rose Poole. I picked this up from Barnes & Noble. And I was just looking for some more fantasies because I'm always adding fantasies to my collection, okay? And this one is one I've heard a lot about. I don't really remember the synopsis. I know I read it and I was interested, but I just know that it has a lot of like magic system and darkness and everything like that. So the back, like just the little short thing says, "The age of darkness approaches. 5 lives stand in its way. Who will stop it or unleash it?" And I think this cover is gorgeous. Definitely a cover buy for me. I would have picked it up if I even had never heard a drop of anything about it. But I really love the way that the characters are like right here, and I can't wait to get into this. I have heard quite a bit, so I'm hoping it's good. I'm hoping there's some romance. Let me know if there is, if you've read this. If you haven't, you know, we don't know. But I'm hoping, because I love romance, and I have to have romance in like everything I read, which is kind of problematic, but that's just me. Hello! So similar vibe to the last book, I also picked up This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. I think this is one of her older books, and I, honestly, the back of this, what this says is just like so interesting. I'll try to read it. I don't know these words, but I'll try. "Corsai, Corsai, tooth and claw, shadow and bone will eat you raw. Malkai, Malkai, sharp and sly, smile and bite and drink you dry. Sunai, Sunai, eyes like coal, sing you a song and still your soul. Monsters, monsters, big and small, they're gonna come and eat you all." Excuse me, I'm scared. I'm shaking in my boots. That's freaking scary. And the fact that this is a guitar, but it looks creepy, I don't know how to feel about that. I've never read V. Schwab, or Victoria Schwab, as she used to go by, and I'm excited. This one seems like it'd be an easier book to get through really fast. The words are big, it's not that long, and I don't know where to start with Victoria Schwab. I have the Darker Shade of Magic series, and everybody loves that infinitely more than this, I feel like, because that's all I ever hear about by her, but I'm still excited to read this one. It's been on my list for a while. It's been out for a long time, so I'm excited to try it out. Let me know if you've actually read this, because I don't think I've ever heard anybody actually review it or actually say that they've read it, so let me know. So whenever I picked up Red Scrolls of Magic, I got it from Walmart, and I also picked up this selection by Curacast, because when I go to Walmart, I like to look in there and just see what, you know, books they have. They always have the randomest books, like they don't have a lot of things. Anyway, I got this because I own like the other 3 or 2 in the series, and I needed the first one because I can't read the other ones until I read this one. Also, it's becoming a TV show, so I was like, let me hop on the bandwagon real quick. Everybody talks about it like it's a trashy YA, but it's really good, so literally that's my brand. Like, I'm here for the trashy YA anything, so I'm excited to try it. I also got Now I Rise by Kirsten White. This is an ARC, and when we get ARCs at the bookstore that I work at, we can't resell them because you're not supposed to sell them like legally. So I got to take it home I don't know if I'm ever going to read the first one. I think it's called And I Darken. This is the sequel, I'm pretty sure. But I don't know. Maybe I will, and if I do, I don't have to buy this one. Kirsten White is not a author that I typically like. I've read The Guinevere Deception by her. I didn't really like it, so I don't, and this is not high up, but it was free. We love free, so I was gonna take it. Also picked up The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. This is a fantasy, no, this is like an adult fantasy, I believe, but it has to do with fae, and I've never read an adult fantasy about fae, and I have a couple friends who have read this, and they're always like, have you read it yet? Have you read The Bear and the Nightingale? Have you read it? I'm like, no, I haven't read it yet, mostly because it hasn't came into the bookstore for me to buy it cheap. It came into the bookstore, so I bought it for cheap, and I'm very excited because I literally, my friend tells me about it all the time, and she's like, it's so good, like, you have to read it. If you like, she knows everything I like. She's like, if you like all that, you're gonna love this. So I'm like, okay, I'll try it. Here I go. Okay, so I guess I'm really trying to get on the V.E. Schwab, like, bandwagon train, because I also picked up Vicious, and I totally didn't even remember that I picked up Vicious, and I'm pretty sure it got this at Barnes & Noble. Also, her books are kind of expensive. Is Vicious like a, I think this is an adult fantasy because it was $17.99 for this paperback, and paperbacks are usually only like 10 to 12, so I think she's an adult because adult fantasy prices are set higher. Why am I going on a marketing spin as if I know what I'm talking about? I'm sorry. Okay, it says they're in college, so I'm guessing that's why it is adult. Victor and Eli started out as college roommates. Okay. But when their thesis moves from the academic to the experimental, things go horribly wrong. Sounds legit. Sounds like something I'd love to see. So I have 2 more books. We're almost done. I'm sorry. I also have The Bone Houses. Yes, Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd Jones. I have wanted this book for so long. This is the one about the gravedigger thing. It says, no warrior could stop the risen dead, but perhaps a gravedigger could. Maybe. I mean, I agree. And this one is one that I kept reading the synopsis, and I was like, that sounds so good. Like, I'm gonna like that. Like, I really want to read that. Like, I need to buy it, whatever. And so finally I picked it up, but I haven't heard anybody say that they liked it. I think maybe 1 or 2 people, and I was like, one person liked it, one person's like, this book is too hyped, and I was like, oh, shoot. Like, I really want to try it. But I'm still gonna try to formulate my own opinion. You know, it's what you have to do when you read, make your own opinion. So I'm pretty sure it's like a fantasy, and the main character is a grave digger, and she works in the graveyard, and she's like a young person, which is kind of weird working in a graveyard, but okay, make the coin. It's like a family business, something like that, and I think people will raise from the dead. Creepy. I'll give it a shot though. Finally, I picked up Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan. I have wanted a copy of Wicked Saints for so long, you don't even know. So finally I was like, let me pick it up because it's in paperback and it's a cheaper copy. See, $10.99, a normal paperback YA price for this, than Vicious. Anyway, so this one says, a girl who can speak to gods must save her people without destroying herself. A prince in danger must decide whom to trust. A boy with a monstrous secret waits in the wings. Together they must assassinate the king and stop the war. A warring kingdoms kind of feel, some sainthood going on, I'm guessing, and that sounds good enough for me. I know I've heard a little bit more about it than I can elaborate on because I can't retain the synopsis to tell you whenever I read it. Okay, so let me know if you've read Wicked Saints, because I hope it's not going to be a disappointment, because I've been waiting on it for a long time to buy it and read it, so I really hope it's not. So alas, we are at the end of my book haul. This was a giant book haul. I haven't done a book haul this long in a while. Probably won't be for another long while, but hey, at least I got all of those done and talked about. I hope you like this video. Let me know if I should put any of these at the very top of my TBR. Let me know if you've read any of them. Give me all of your feels so I can know what to pick up first. But that's pretty much all I have to say. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys like this video down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, if you have some time, go down into my description, go to the link, which will take you to a website, to a bunch of petitions, resources, and links and places to donate towards the Black Lives Matter movement and everything. Super important. If you have just a little bit of time, please do that. But yeah, that's all I have to say for this video. So bye.